so happy to have you here because I know your story. I have been listening to podcasts feverishly about you, but actually when Priya told me your story, I just thought, what a remarkable woman, because you've kind of traveled the journey that the first generation traveled. Like my parents, when they came, my mother couldn't speak a word of English. Somebody came to the shop and said, can I have cornflakes? And she thought, what are they talking about? Like, they brought them from the wholesalers, but they didn't even know any English.
Yeah.
And yet she stood there all day serving customers, learning everything. And what you did was so remarkable, to come from Nepal, from a small, fairly small village, right?
Very small, yeah, very small.
Where you had no people of any other colour or any other culture, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
All Hindu, and I think like a handful of Muslim women and men I saw, and pretty much that's it, right? Like,
I don't understand how you had the strength to turn up in a foreign country. Where was that fire from?
oh gosh, I was in a very different place at that time, I think so, in my life. 20 years old, right?
Wow. Yeah. Invincible?
Kind of running away,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
You know, we had the
that.
history in my life, in my family. Like, my older sister turned 20.
Yeah.
And the whole pressure of getting married, she got married. That was a shock factor for me. Like 20 years old, I was just getting to know her, and then like she's gonna go away and live with somebody else that she barely knows.
Oh.
That was like my heartbreaking moment.
Was she excited to have a new start, or was she nervous about it?
I don't think she was.
She was not nervous.
She was not
She was not.
excited.
Oh, bless.
She
Did you
wanted to-
rage? Did you rage with your parents? Because
I
my
did.
sister was 19 when she
Yeah.
got married
Yeah.
here,
Wow.
and it was rage. And I raged. Like I met the man, and I said, "You're not marrying him. You're not marrying him. This is not going to
I
happen."
know. I did the same thing
Yeah.
too.
Were you the
Like,
middle child?
No, youngest one.
Youngest. God, that's
Yeah.
unusual. Because
Proper
youngest
rebellion.
normally try and just kind of, they keep the family together. Oh, so you were unusual.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she left, and then you're thinking,
She left, and a year later she calls and saying that she's pregnant, less than a year, right?
oh yeah.
And I told to everyone, like, this is the most saddest moment in my life. Like, she has not even graduated, and she has not, she wanted to be a singer, and now she's going to be a mother, and I feel like her career is going downhill. Then my middle sister comes, she turns 20, she gets arranged marriage again.
Oh my goodness.
So I was in a relationship as well at that time.
You were?
Yeah.
Was this a relationship they knew about?
Yes.
It was fine for you to be.
It was fine.
Yeah.
It was love. Well, it was just like one of those moments, 18, 19-year-old, you barely know yourself.
Yes,
kind of
exactly.
thing.
Was he a good man?
Not really. And I think that was the thing. Like, when I hit 20, I came here because I knew that my family would say, like, it'll work out, stick to it.
Oh yeah.
It'll work out,
Yeah,
stick
we've
to it.
heard that story.
Gosh,
Yeah.
So I said, like, okay, I'm gonna go far away.
Were you following your pattern of kind of being in relationship with your father almost? Like, this man, did he have similarities to your father?
Very much.
Yeah.
Very much.
Yeah.
And also, like, being in the household of only girls.
Yeah.
We looked up to Dad.
Yes.
But my dad was absolutely the terrible person in
What's
the world.
he like now?
Still the same.
Oh.
I don't know. Like, will he ever change?
Have you
or not?
forgiven him?
No.
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 Okay.
I think last year actually I went and I bought actually a ring for him on a Father's Day.
Oh.
Very nice,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
6 months later, my mom calls me saying that he lost this ring. Obviously, he sold it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I thought like he might change, but I've given up. Like, I think it's one of those things.
But you
like,
don't harbour anything. You just like put it out your mind. It's done.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. And do you have an incredible mother to compensate for that?
Gosh, yes.
Oh.
Everything. I think like the universe is her. Like it's just like, had my mom not been in my life, like I would not be here.
Yeah.
It's like so.
Because she set you free, right?
Absolutely.
Oh. What's her name?
Her name is Pragya.
Pragya.
Yeah.
Oh, and Pragya must be quite young herself.
She was. I think She was 20 to 23 when she had first child.
It takes
All
a
mums
brave
do,
woman.
right? Yeah.
It takes a brave woman to stand up to a man like that, because letting you go to the UK could have really impacted her. One, she was losing you, and two, he could have taken it out on her.
Yeah.
Right?
So the week that I left here to UK, actually, I put my dad in my prison, and I came because he was horrible to my mom, and I genuinely felt that my mom would be in danger and threatened, you know. And
how did you manage that? How did you do that?
I don't know, and I genuinely felt so sorry that I had to, because I had my own demons. I had to, work my own problem. Something that I knew that if I had stayed in Nepal, I'd be my another sister who turned 20, got married, have kids, settled, you know. I mean, they are lovely, they're very happy at the moment.
But it wasn't your path.
It wasn't my path,
Now, all that you've endured, have you channeled all that into your business? Have you dealt with how much strength it took to take that journey? You're here and you're remarkable, and honestly, I'm in awe of you, but all of that comes at a price. It's not easy to be that strong, right? So have you channeled that in your business, or have you sat down and said, actually, it was bloody tough, and I'm going to give myself credit for that? Have you done anything to...
I think over time, I have realized that how much I've done.
Good.
Not in the beginning. In the beginning was just like in the zone of like trying to make something happen, and at least in this past couple of years, I do feel like when you bring a new team member and then they get like really surprised and amazed by the things that you have achieved, and I think that almost like reflects back on you, like, oh yeah, actually we did it, kind of way. And you need people like that within your team, you know, who see the work before they came on board as well. So
because you're so busy doing it,
you're
not actually seeing it. And to you, it's just the work. It's your day. It's your life. So you came here from Nepal knowing no one and nothing. I just cannot even fathom. I can't
as
And
well.
then you went into studying sustainability.
I actually came.
Well, first you did lots of things.
Health and social care. That was like my thing. I wanted to go into science. So among three kids, you know, one did arts, one did business, and one did science within our sisters.
Wow,
so science was my path. I genuinely wanted to be a doctor, and still now and then I feel like maybe I should go back to.
In some ways you are. In some ways you are.
It's almost
You're
like doing,
impacting women's health.
Yes, absolutely.
So you are.
But obviously the doctor fee was quite high, so I could not get into any university without paying 30-40K, you know. So a lot of money. So I thought, okay, I'll come here, study something related to health. Did 1 year, ran out of money, obviously.
Of course,
Wouldn't get a job at that time. Even if you got a job, you would get only like 20 hours a week, earning £5 an hour, sometimes less than that if you took cash in hand kind of way.
And in London, where does that take you?
Nowhere, right? You are living in a house, like at one point I think I was living in a house, there was like 14 people in like 3-bedroom house, you know, like everybody sleeping on the floor, like squeezing, like you were like in a room with like completely people you don't know, kind of thing. So, and this is like the story of so many immigrants,
my parents went through that.
So
and if anyone came from India, they'd invite them to stay with them. Actually, I've got a photo up there I'll show you later. We're all sitting on the floor eating.
Wow.
We're just all, that's how we would eat. It's just a cotton sheet on the floor, and everybody's, because there's no dining table, there's no room. And that's how it was. It's extraordinary.
And obviously my visa ran out as well. So joined another college, putting some money deposit behind. 6 months later, the college closes down. At that time, there were quite a lot of those scam colleges opening up and closing down. Did get a 2 years worth of visa out of it, so stayed with that 2 years worth of visa. Obviously could not work more than 20 hours. There were so many restrictions around it. And in between that, my God, I did all sorts of work. You think of it, I've done it. Like I've become a flower girl to cleaning toilets in the Olympics to, you know, working in a kitchen. I always say like I was the trolley girl pushing the like sandwiches to Walt Disney's
My
meeting room,
goodness.
those kind
In
of things.
Hammersmith.
In Hammersmith.
Did that open your eyes to possibilities?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
At one point, I felt like I can be a chef. You know, like
Oh.
I would love to work.
Do you
in the
like
kitchen.
turbulence? Yeah.
So, and I think that's literally set in my head. That's like
wow.
you have to ask, speak up, or you know, like say something about it. Like,
can I tell you a saying in Hindi that I remember our parents saying, and it mentions rice again. It's "Dane dane pe likha hai khane wale ka naam."
Yeah.
I don't know if you know what that means, but what it basically means is every grain of rice has someone's name on it.
Yeah.
And I think your journey is testament to that, right? How do you get from there to here, doing what you're doing, empowering so many? This was your journey to take, right?
Yeah,
but you could just have easily have missed it.
Yeah.
Like you could have said, okay, that's my destiny, but I don't want that, thanks. I'll sit here and lead an easier life.
Yeah.
But you took it.
I did.
And that's the difference, right?
Yeah.
So you did all those jobs, and then what happened next then?
Then I became an au pair. That was like a new work of
What
line
was
for
the
me. I
mum
was
like?
Oh my
What were the
gosh.
mum and dad like?
So worked for a French family. Mum was totally liberal. Dad was absolutely strict and stingy.
Oh, that's really hard. Au pair is...
They don't watch this.
No, let them! Time you knew! You knew! Look what you did! Yeah.
I broke a knife and then they go like, you have to pay £400 for the knife. I was like,
God.
shut up. Like,
It's not worth 400 if it breaks.
I know
Have friends here?
No.
God, how did you keep your spirits up? What were you listening to, or what were you doing to keep yourself...
Just busy hustling. Like,
Wow.
like meeting people, like where's the next step, you know, like
God.
like so from cleaning toilets to cooking, cleaning in the kitchen to moving into au pair was like a big step for me. Like I was living in like a fancy house in Maida Vale, you know, like then the previous relationship went downhill. Finally I decided, okay, I'm gonna let it go.
Good.
You know. So we separated. Had some money in my bank account. He emptied everything out, leaving me 97 pence.
Oh my goodness,
And
not
that
even
was-
a pound.
That was my lowest point in my life.
Oh my goodness.
I woke up and all I can hear is this giggling sound, like, well, I'm gonna ruin your life kind of thing on the phone.
Oh my goodness.
And at that time,
So you were being bullied as well, threatened.
Everything. Like you talk about domestic violence kind of way, from physical to mental, all of them, you know, like you're just in a absolutely abusive relationship, and I can empathize with people who can't come out of it because it's a vicious cycle.
It
you know?
is. Yeah, it is.
And it feels like you have got nobody to support and help
No.
and understand you. And I'm glad that that thing happened and I hit the rock bottom. At that time, for 4 or 5 months, I actually didn't have period because of stress.
Wow.
You know how much that freaked me out?
Of course.
I thought like my life is
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm literally pregnant now.
Oh
Kind of
my
moment.
God.
Like, so I was living au pair in a GP's house after that. And she goes to me, come to my GP, we'll do a test and all this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong. So I was like, oh my God, that needs to be, I think that would be my like.
It would destroy you. Yeah.
So then basically while I was there, they were the most incredible people in my life who came. And at the moment when I was like, I didn't have home to stay, I didn't have like nobody, you know, like, and they go like, well, work for us for free 3 days a week, but you'll have a basement flat for yourself. Brilliant. And you will eat whatever we eat.
Brilliant.
I said like,
was their food good?
yes.
Phew.
Yes. Indian woman, Jewish husband,
Oh, thank
2
goodness.
kids. When we all 3 walked, we looked like siblings.
Oh, that's
They were
so
just
nice, so nice. So for the first time since you came to the
I
UK,
found
somebody was
family.
looking out for you for a
Oh my
change.
gosh, yes.
Incredible. Does it feel like someone else lived that life? Like, was that really you?
No, I think that is still in me.
Wow.
I will still go to any length to hustle and to be present and to.
But for now, it's for a different purpose, right? Now it's gone beyond your own need to the need of something bigger, which is extraordinary.
Yeah.
I think you almost need to have your own need first,
Yes.
because that gives you kind of the muscle for something more. It's like, I would say that having, so, you know, with Morley, now it really is about when you look after yourself, you are more able to give to other people, right?
Yeah.
I don't want it to be about look after yourself, it's all about you. No. Because if it's all about you, it becomes very shallow after a while and boring.
And I think that was that survival
It becomes
need.
boring.
Yeah.
If you make it about, if I'm better, I'm going to be so on it for other people, suddenly life has more meaning.
It is.
You know, and you do that every day.
Yeah.
So you had this period where you're selling flowers, you're doing all this, and then you change courses? You save up enough to study again?
No, I did not.
Wow, there's another chapter. Oh my God.
So while I was working in the bar, then I met my husband, and he goes like, when I first met you, I saw this rainbows and still skeptic. So
how long ago was that?
10 years ago. So yesterday was our 10-year anniversary. 10 years.
Goes like that.
Goes like that, literally.
Like that. Yeah. Yeah.
And I have absolutely enjoyed every moment of 10 years, because meeting day was like finding somebody who pushes you, lifts you up before themselves, you know.
Bitches like
very rare to see in men.
Yeah. But they're so secure in themselves.
Yes.
A secure man will do that.
Yes. Again, like looking, they have looked after themselves already.
Yes, exactly.
They're in this content place. Like, how can I
so content.
do more?
So content. There's nothing to prove.
Yeah.
You know, Bit would always say to me when men would say to him, so what do you do? He would say, I find it such a dreary question.
Yeah.
Because it's really about what do you like? Who are you? It's not, if the first question is what you do, you've already made a judgment about someone. Yeah. And you've suddenly said that somebody's worth less because they may not be a CEO or something, and it's wrong. But you have to be really secure to do that.
Yeah.
I think it takes a very strong man to be okay to let the woman come forward and
totally agree.
Take the stage.
Agree.
But actually we're nothing without them.
No.
You know. So.
And especially in a relationship.
Right?
Yeah. If you're in a relationship and you don't see both of yourself thriving and moving forward, you need to sit down together and have a chat.
Yeah. Do you do that?
Yes. They should be constantly like, you should be pushing each other up. Right?
Yes.
Change should happen.
Change does happen, whether you like it or not. We're always moving, but you can be moving in a very static, slow way, or you can be moving in a dynamic way. But we're always moving. Changes. You can't stop change.
No.
It's inertia. It's still change. Yeah. You're just decaying, but you're still changing.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
So wow. So that's so good that you have those conversations. And you have children?
No.
Do you want?
Do I want? No.
That's so cool. No, really? Did you never?
No.
Wow, I find that incredible. That's.
I don't know. Like, it's
good on you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's not the be all and end all.
No,
it's not.
Oh my gosh, no. Like,
and I love
if
that
I have to look after children,
you look
millions
after
of children.
I agree with you.
All around the world.
I agree with you. Yeah.
Like,
And again, you're doing it in your business.
Yes.
You are nurturing something, and a child can be your business. I know that sounds daft to some people, but I know because my business is my child. Yeah. You know, it's my baby, and I watch it grow. And you have to watch it grow, give it your best, but then not be attached to it. Yeah. That's the challenge, isn't it? And was he of the same mind when you met? Like, did you discuss that? Because it's a very big topic for a couple.
He's got a son.
Okay, good. Okay, so he already had fulfilled what he wanted.
He's got a son. He was 10-year-old when we met. He's 20 now.
Wow.
So I have seen almost like a child grow in front of my eyes. You know, like, then his sister came and lived with us for a few years. And she was 17, 18 as well.
Right.
She's adopted. She was adopted in Tanzania.
Wow.
So
how old was she when she was adopted?
1.
Wow.
So mum and dad went.
So who was older? So
she was 17 when she came and stayed with us for a few years. Yeah. Before mum and dad moved. A year ago.
I see. Okay, so he didn't really know her till then.
No.
Wow.
Yes.
So now they are siblings, but they also have probably really deep friendship too, no?
Almost like a parents kind of relationship, I would say, because Ellie and Rice are of same age, right?
My goodness, of course. You see, but there's more than one way to have a family.
Oh, absolutely, right? Absolutely. You know? So she was like my sister when she came. I was like, both sisters were in Nepal at that time, and then we were like, So 2013, moved to St Albans.
Okay.
With
because of meeting your partner. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then one day, I got a knock on the door, and there were around like 8 border police.
Oh my goodness.
We come to the door.
Oh my goodness.
And said that you'll be deported.
Oh
today,
my goodness.
Kind of thing.
Today?
Yeah.
No.
And I called Dave, obviously. So my ex basically called up the border police and said that I'm working illegally more than 20 hours and on a wrong visa and all this kind of thing.
Where is that man now?
Somewhere decaying.
Yeah, exactly, decaying. Sorry, forgive me, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then Dave came home that afternoon, and we had a chat with the border police, and we said we are in a relationship.
Yeah.
But they go like, here's a letter, 60 days to figure out your life.
And you got married.
And we got married in 60 days.
Oh my goodness.
Didn't have the time to think again. You were like just like running, you know, like for something. And
what was the wedding like? Was it fun? Was it like you haven't even got time to plan?
Not time to plan. On the wedding day, I called my mum and I said, like, Mum, I'm getting married.
Oh my goodness.
Mum never had met Dave. She is like absolutely terrified.
Of course she is.
She does not know this guy, you know, like, who is he? Where did he come from? How long you been? Like, she had like hundreds of questions, right?
Oh
so
my goodness.
I said, like, look, it's the right thing.
You know it's the right thing. Yeah.
It's the right thing, it's the right person. And I know that I'm happy, you know, like that's the most important thing you need to know.
Yeah.
And so literally had Ellie, 10-year-old, and
goodness.
Dave's brother who came, and then I had 2 of my friend whom I met here. 6 of us got registered office, married, and that's it. Like then I became like legal.
Oh my goodness.
Legal. Like.
Did you ever have a bigger party to celebrate?
No, I haven't.
You have to do that now.
So this December, I'm taking my family and doing like a proper Nepali wedding.
Oh, I love that. In Nepal?
Yeah, in Nepal. So we'll do like a vows renewal as well as like do a small party. Because I think my mum's family still have not met.
To be there,
exactly.
They haven't even met him. Wow.
So we are still very like newlywed.
Which is wonderful.
Yeah.
That would be really special.
Yeah.
Really special. So you get married.
Then after a year, then I decide like I want to pursue education. And because all I see was like in Facebook, everywhere, all of my friends graduating, becoming doctors, becoming a nurse, engineer, all this kind of thing. And I used to be a brightest girl in the school.
Were you?
Yeah. And I fell back so much.
Yeah.
And that really hurt me. Like, you know, like I'm nobody. Like I haven't even done my graduation kind of.
Are you quite hard on yourself?
Sometimes, yeah. I think those are the things that constantly nag me in my head. Like I have not done it and I've not proven that I'm good enough.
And yet you've done so much. It's crazy, isn't it?
It's crazy, right? Yeah.
I tell you what, we women.
Yes.
I don't think men feel that. Not so much.
No, I don't think so, yeah. So
anyway, I hope they don't feel it. I don't want, we don't want anyone to feel it.
No.
Apart from that bloke, I don't mind if, and the knife man, I don't mind if he feels it. £400 knife man can juice. Yes, so where were we?
So then studied environmental science.
Yeah.
2 years, graduated. And I think my husband had so much part to play on my graduation. I mean, like, I was terrible at English writing. I used to speak, but I was absolutely bad at grammar. So every essay that I used to write, I used to literally make him sit down and read it and then help me correct it. So at the end of the graduation day, he goes like, you know that I graduated together with you too.
Yes, you did.
You did. I said, like, you know pretty much everything that I learned.
Definitely.
Mum came at that time.
So that was waste management.
That was on environmental science.
Environmental science.
Yes.
Yeah. I think the science of the way things are done back home.
Yeah.
It's the science.
It is. Yeah.
And it was intuitive.
Problem solving, right?
Yes,
Thinking about problem solving from the very beginning.
Yeah.
I never ate any canned food. Yeah. Ever.
Can you imagine? Yeah.
I came here and I see this ketchup and everything in bottled and things. I was like, I never even had a ketchup when I came here, you know, like so I was telling like the whole journey, and after graduating then I got involved into like sustainability projects and things. then one day there was this opportunity of £1 million given to 50 community projects, and I didn't have a job at this time. So I'm like knocking every door. I wanted to go in like almost like a charity sector, so started volunteering in maybe 3-4 charities at the same time. And the opening would come within the company, and I would apply for it, and then somebody outsider would get the job because they were white, English speaking. And I was absolutely frustrated.
Thank God there's more awareness now.
Gosh,
no?
yes.
Like, I mean, the pendulum might go too much the other way for a bit.
Yeah. But it has to come to a balance, right?
Balance,
You have to go for a little bit more.
When you were not getting the jobs, like when I was growing up, that definitely happened.
Yeah.
Were you aware it was because of your colour? No, I don't think I was either.
No. It's only now I know.
Yeah, I
now
think
people
you're
like
right.
can talk about it,
You're
and then
right.
we're like, oh my god, yeah.
That's probably why.
And went to the local community project, and I said like, look, I'm thinking of applying for this thing. What I need is like a charity to back me. The money will come to your account. Then you can hire a couple of people, and I would love to get a job. Yeah. Could you support me? They gave me literally 3-minute pitch time to come and showcase what I was trying to do. After 3 minutes, they go like, you'll never make it because it's very hard to get into school. So I don't think we can be part of it. I came out of the meeting and I called Dave and I said like, they said that I can't do it. And I started crying. I was like, but I still want to do it. And then he was like, don't worry about that. Go and run a pilot project in the school that you work. At the time, I was also working at like after school club.
Oh my goodness.
And ran a project within a week. We did some education. Like I was like full on it. Like I want to get this now, you know, like by hook or crook. Then submitted the application, and they loved the idea. They loved it, and they said like, we love it, but you need a charity so that we can put the money into your bank account. Then I go like, so what do you need from me? And they go like, well, you have to be a part of charity or a Form 1 kind of thing. Literally called 3 people I knew in St. Albans, and I said like,
did it.
Could you be a trustee? Could you be a chairperson?
Oh, you are
Treasury.
amazing. Can you just leave what you're doing and come and work with me? Oh my God, you're just unbelievable.
It's like within a week, I went to the bank and I said like, I want to open a charity entity. It was a community project account, and they said like, we just need a few people's signatures, and that's good to go. Next week, submitted the account. £36,000 came to me.
Oh my goodness.
They go like, run the project for a whole year.
So did you ever think, did you just think, right, it's going to happen?
It's going to happen.
I've made up my mind, it's going to happen. So I can cry, that's fine, but it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And have you always been like that?
I have. If something is like, I think this is the thing, like if people said no to me,
that meant, I'm going to make it yes.
I'm going to make it yes.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'll come from every angle and every strategy, like to make it happen.
Yeah,
you know, like
that's amazing.
Sometimes maybe twist the arms.
Amazing.
Like,
so you really cared. You really cared.
I genuinely cared.
Yeah.
I thought that this is the biggest catastrophe of
the
humankind at that time for me, because I was literally in the midst of it. Like, how can you not see, like, Halloween comes, there's so many pumpkin like grown, you know, pumpkin when it decays creates more methane than any other food.
I didn't know that.
So this is like the thing, like
I didn't know that.
We talk about this climate change and climate crisis and all this kind of thing, but still you are going to the shop and buying this pumpkin and letting it like rot, you know.
Where there's no need for it really, is there? No. We can still have a lovely Halloween without having to carve a silly pumpkin.
Absolutely. Just put a sweets on
and
actually, a light in front of your house.
That's a really, really good point.
Or even if you use pumpkin.
You've changed my mind about that.
Yes.
Yeah, make soup out of it. Yes. Don't let it waste.
Of course, everything.
Yeah.
So did that project, and I think while I was doing that project, every school started seeing like, oh, okay, sustainability is a thing. We would love to be part of it.
Wow.
So it grew. It grew. We were given fund to run in 10 schools. By the end, I did 18 schools.
No way.
Yeah. And we used to do it for free. Like, I used to literally go and I said, like, I'll run 1 or 2 sessions and then perhaps the teacher might run the rest. And I used to give all of the things that they needed to run it.
Wow.
And even when I finished it, people reached out to me and said like, "Oh, could you come and do it in our school?" Because the word of mouth runs around quite quickly, right?
Yes.
So, but while in the midst of it, then I started like talking about other sustainable things in life, and if one was period product.
Yes.
And I told my story of growing up in Nepal.
It's remarkable.
My mum's sari has been like the heart of everything. She, even the other day, she goes like, I remember when you had your first period, the minute you would get like teensy amount of blood, you literally took it off and then put it on the bathroom, and I had to go and wash it. This was like when I was 12 years old, right? So remember those moments. She goes like that to me. And
so would you literally rip up mum's saris? Yeah.
So she had the oldest cotton sari, cut into pieces, fold it, and almost make a pad.
Yeah.
Very
I think, as
sustainable.
you said, very sustainable. But as you said, it would move then, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So
it wouldn't sit properly.
No.
Yeah.
Because I think at one point my grandparents used sari, but they had a belt around their waist.
Yes.
So they made the pad so long that it actually
like a sumo wrestler would have.
Literally like that. Right. Yeah. So, and then underwear came. Yeah. Because you had the underwear, you can use a smaller version of it.
Yes.
But we did not have a one size one size underwear. The same size underwear my mum used, I used the same as well.
Gosh.
So when you're playing games, running around, the pad used to literally fall off.
Of course, yeah.
So then I started pinning the pad in the pants. Obviously, I wouldn't suggest anybody to do it because it's painful sometimes.
Yes.
Then I started wearing multi-layer underwear.
Yeah.
And then slack shorts, all sorts of things. And I think that was the whole idea, was like when I started telling the story, I thought like, maybe I should stitch my mum's sari in my pants now. You know, have just one thing to wear. You don't wedge anything between your pants.
Unbelievable.
So on the way back home, while teaching the menstrual education, I came home with second-hand sewing machine, £70, the best £70 I've ever invested.
Oh my goodness.
I've still got the sewing machine.
Have you?
Yeah.
Is it in your office?
In the office. Now and then we stitch
that.
few things whenever we are doing some design.
Yeah.
And basically made 3 of the underwear. Just took 3 very old granny looking underwear, cut the side, wedged the sari rag, re-stitched the whole thing. And then first 3 months wore it. I was like, every period I was like excited to have my period.
Road test it.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
and you'd found a simpler way. You'd found at that point, were you more excited about the sustainability or about the comfort?
Comfort.
Yeah, because you didn't have this thing, this foreign thing.
Literally wear the underwear.
Wow.
I used to literally tell Dave, like, even an 8-year-old can easily know how to use it.
Wow.
Right? Take a pair of pants, put it in a PE bag. Period comes, you literally know what to wear on, how to wear on. That's it. You know, life
Was it
changing.
like a light bulb moment?
Literally like that.
Wow. What I also love about your story is that you prove that for something as life-changing as that, you don't have to invest hundreds and thousands of pounds. You did this yourself on a sewing machine.
Yeah.
And then the prototype that the factory made, that also made for Agent Provocateur, where they're using this much skimpy material and yours is using more. Even they made prototypes for not very much. It's unbelievable.
Spent what, 250, 300 pounds?
Unbelievable.
2 days of our time.
So you didn't have to risk too much. No. Now, I'm jumping a bit and I will come back, but this company went out of business a year ago. Was it a year ago?
Yes.
How did that impact you? How did you quickly pivot to find?
So after the first prototype run, we went asking like if they would like to do the full production for us. Yeah. Then the complication came, like, you have to provide us with all the fabric material, everything from the edge to to only they would provide is the sewing skills and sewing thread.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was quite a lot of work.
Yeah, it's like a lot of logistics to do every little component. Yeah. And you think it's so many different elements. Yeah.
And even when putting all those things together, I think the cost came around like £11.
Okay. Wow. Gosh.
Right.
Okay.
So for us,
the cost of goods.
the cost of sewing.
Or
underwear.
sewing.
Yes, because they were making for like Agent Provocateur.
Yeah.
And also we did not go with the higher volume. 1,000 pieces, 2,000 pieces.
Yes.
So
And you still had to worry about sizing too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Goodness me.
So that was, I think that's why
Yeah.
for the first 2 years we did not do any other underwear other than one underwear.
Yeah. Yeah.
One style, one color.
Yeah. Did you just stick to small, medium, or something?
We did actually go all the way to 4XL.
Oh, you did.
Yes.
Wow, good.
But we were like, we are not.
But just
doing
one shape, one style.
Yes.
Yeah.
One
yeah.
shape, one style,
Yeah.
one color.
Yeah.
That's it. Not
Yeah.
diverting. And I think that first year and a half was just to understand like how people knew their body and
Yeah.
size, and how the market was selling the sizes
Yeah.
and all this kind of thing. So the cost was too high.
Yeah.
We said like we can't do
Can't
it.
do
So
it. Yeah.
took one of the prototype, went to Google, and I said like lingerie manufacturer, and then like few of those Chinese manufacturer came. At that time I did not know what Alibaba was. Nothing. Right, so just gone into there, sent a message, left a voice note in English, and then next day a guy comes and says like, we would love to make something
Brilliant.
for you. I said like, okay, I'll send you a sample.
Yeah.
Let me know if you can.
You were putting a lot of faith there, because they could have copied your
Oh
product.
my god, yes. Know that.
Are you
know,
still
like,
working with them then? Or?
Not at the moment.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
So we moved and found a female-founded factory.
Great.
So
Brilliant.
we took the business too.
Brilliant.
So we wanted.
But they helped at that point
Yes,
when
they
you
did.
needed
Oh,
them.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And we are in touch with now as well.
Yeah.
Literally sent me a message this morning. Say like,
Oh.
I saw your TikTok and you did so many ranges now. Kind of way. So we do exchange messages and things,
Yeah.
and really good relationship.
Good.
It's just like, I think once you reach a certain size,
Yeah.
the cost becomes like quite
Yeah.
a big thing. So we had to make few decisions based on
Of
one
course,
cost.
of course.
B,
Because you're in a cost-conscious business as
Yes,
well.
yeah.
You have
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
because it gets passed on to the customer,
Exactly.
right? So like,
yeah, and they have a threshold.
yes.
And even though I can see that, and I heard this, that where if you might spend, how much was it a woman would spend over 2 years?
roughly
two-
around 100, 200 pounds.
£200.
Yes.
Whereas on the pants they may spend £50.
Yes.
So there's a big cost saving. But when somebody's first looking at your product
You have a £2, £3 versus
versus
15, 20
yeah,
pound, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
product. And I think
Initially
that's,
they don't compute.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Unless they're very
You have to be math savvy.
environmentally aware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we have
Yes.
quite a lot of Asian customer, because like
Yes.
we are very math savvy,
Absolutely.
right? We do maths in fingertips. Kind of
Absolutely.
thing. And they were incredible. I mean, even till now,
Yeah.
I always give an example of how great customer service supposed to be
Yeah.
from my Chinese manufacturer.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Because they are
So
there all the
wonderful.
time
Yeah.
for you. And I think that is something that is missing within
Yeah.
our Western
I
here.
think you're right. Yeah, the
It's like-
pride.
Yes.
The pride in
Yeah.
what they the service. Like again in India you see seva.
Yes.
And people, was speaking to somebody the other day and she was saying, I can't visit India because I can't see the poor and I can't, it would upset me too much.
Yeah.
And I said, but don't you see that from the poorest to the richest, they take such pride in their dharma, as we call it.
Yeah.
You might be feeling sorry for them, but they're
They're
not.
not. No.
I saw two men sitting on a roundabout chatting, middle of a roundabout, cars going past, everything. They were sitting chatting and playing a card game. That was their home.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were happy.
Yeah.
And I looked at them and I thought, I think if there was a barometer of happiness, you're probably above me.
Yeah.
Because of that. So then you make, sorry, I jumped. You make the prototype. Oh, and I want to know about your day. Oh God, I'm going to ask
Yes.
you so much. You make the prototype. It works. You test it on a few women.
Yeah.
And then when do you think I'm going into this full time? I'm naming it. It's done.
I didn't have a job at that time, so
Okay.
I was still doing the food waste project.
Okay, so you
that
can do
was
it
coming
on the
to an
side.
end. Yeah.
Yeah.
And while I was doing this, so I think I went to Facebook and I said like, I'm a research student and trying to find out what people think about the current menstrual product that they are using.
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah.
And you got the feedback.
In like less than one day,
Yeah.
there were I think 457 feedback.
Wow.
Instantly.
Wow.
Everybody moaning about.
What a good tip to give people to
Yes.
try doing something like
Oh,
that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Anytime, any hustling, like anything that
Yeah.
you think that you can do, because
There's always another way. Yeah.
if you go as a product, if you go as a brand, if you go as a person, like what you want to achieve,
Yeah.
rather than like being sly and
Yeah.
do a marketing strategy kind of way.
Yeah.
Like take your problem,
Yeah.
ask if they are
Good idea.
enjoying the similar kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Good idea.
Then within like I was quite overwhelmed. Like I had to close the survey.
Yeah.
Because it was just like inundated with so much of feedback coming out.
Do you still do surveys with your customers?
We do.
Yeah,
and
good.
we do with non-customers as well.
Yeah, good.
Why are they not our customer?
Yeah,
Asking
very
them,
good.
right?
Very good. Yeah.
Because I want to understand, like, am I not solving everybody's pain point?
Yes.
Like, you know, after I got the survey, found out that over 70% of the women who were in the survey, they said like they complain about chafing and irritation and the glue sticking to everywhere
and more thrush
issue, right? There were quite a lot of women who ran, and then they said like they could not run like more than 10K without having like a balm to soothe them, you know?
Yeah, crazy. I didn't even think about that, running and cycling and all those things.
The sports world is completely different now than,
totally.
You know, with the hormones, menstrual cycle, everything. Then I was like, okay, so it's not just my problem.
Yeah.
Everybody is looking for another kind of alternatives. So took one prototype, went to my husband's, he was working at trainline.com at that time. I said, like, can I rent one of a room and then record it, like what I was trying to do.
Oh, so, my goodness. Do you have that recording?
I do.
What's it like?
You won't believe. I started at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
By the time I finished, it was like 7 o'clock. So
I think we're going to be like that.
Between two videos, there's like a day and night, you know, the lights and everything. And this was like literally 30 seconds. I genuinely felt like nobody's going to buy it, kind of way. So first day goes, second day goes. We are like 2 weeks in. We are only in like 4,000, 4,500.
So then
I go like, okay, then one random person, she messaged me and said like, I love your idea. Yeah. I saw it in Kickstarter. Yeah. I would love to help you. And she lives in St. Albans.
No way.
And she goes like, I am a teaching assistant in one of the schools and I will help you on the part-time on doing PR. So she writes me a press release. I did not know what press release was at that time.
Unbelievable.
And then she goes like, all I need is like maybe once you launch the product, like give
me some
underwear
pants.
And to my daughter as well.
Oh my God.
I said, then BBC Three Counties Radio called me and said like, we would love to tell your story. And it was nothing about the product.
But it didn't matter because your
story
is
what I was like quite upset about it. Like people didn't like the idea that I created,
they
right?
Did. They need a hook. They need a hook.
Well, I didn't understand at that time. And I go
but
there.
You did it.
30 seconds. 1 minute 30 seconds that I got slot. Wow. Right? And I had to tell everything. Like my story, why I'm doing it, what the product is, where people can support me.
Goodness, that too. Even that takes 30 seconds.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I would lie.
Yeah.
I just say, no, I haven't got. It's fine. I'm going to sit there. I don't think God will have a problem with it.
No,
you know,
honestly.
Really.
Yeah. Goddesses, they have periods, right?
Exactly. Well, it's self-regulation, isn't it? We're releasing our toxins, we're preparing the body, and as you said actually, and I thought it was really such a wise comment, that this is your way of knowing that you're in good health.
Yes.
This is your way of checking, like when you didn't get the period for 4 months.
Yes.
It was your way of saying, okay, what's going on, right? Yeah. So why do we think that that's a bad thing? It's terrible. Was that made up by men or women? Men.
It gives life to the world.
Exactly.
Right?
It's to be celebrated.
Absolutely.
And that's why your brand is the name that it is, to say like kick ass, because it's incredible. Yeah. You're fortunate enough to have the pants you've got, which I'm going to show everybody actually. I'll probably be using them for incontinence rather than no, because actually do have customers who do
we
that?
We do.
Yeah, because my period stopped like years ago now. Yeah. You know, I'm that. But actually, you know, there would come a day if I'm sneezing too hard, these will come in quite handy.
You are the first person since I've ever met somebody who's openly admitted that they've got incontinence.
Oh, it happens to women.
It does.
Yeah.
1 in 3 women.
Yeah. So do you have women buying for that reason?
Yes, they do.
Of course.
My grandmother-in-w wears Ruka.
Yes. I love the packaging.
This is a towel.
She believed she could, so she did. I love that. Where is that from?
I don't know. I saw it in like some Pinterest or something.
I love that. I love
that's
that.
A towel.
So that towel is for what, hun?
This is just for a towel.
Okay, just
nice
a towel.
Yeah. It's a hair wrap. I got you something nice.
Oh, that's lovely.
When you go to shower, you can come out and just wrap your hair.
Oh,
it absorbs.
That's brilliant. So this means you don't damage it as much because it takes away it dries it quicker.
Yes. Because you rub your hair,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
So it damages. So this is just absorbing the water.
This is brilliant, and I love how you put things on them: brave, strong, powerful. You obviously really care to empower women.
Oh my God, yes.
That's your whole
Everything.
thing. So this is almost a souvenir for your whole message, isn't
Yes,
it?
yes.
It's brilliant, and they feel really nice.
They are.
Wow, really nice. They are. Look at that. No, honestly,
they do.
so
They
cool.
do. They are.
They remind me of sports. Like
Yes.
I could imagine wearing these without wearing anything on top, as like a sports knicker almost.
Yes. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. So
saves-
you probably don't need more than 5 or 6 of these,
no, you don't.
which is nothing.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Yeah.
So when you put them in the wash with other things, wash as normal.
Wash as normal.
Do you need to take anything out?
No.
You just put the whole
Just
thing in.
put the whole thing.
Unbelievable.
Just like washing your underwear.
And the lifespan of this would be about 2 years.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah.
So
You
all
should
that-
be changing every 2 years your underwear.
Anyway,
Any underwear.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. The lifespan. So actually, you've saved them on buying extra underwear,
Yes.
and you've saved them on buying the pad. So
Yeah.
it's the cost of both
Both
things.
of them.
That is remarkable.
How many times we have woken up
Yeah.
feeling like leaked all over the beds, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ruining mattresses,
Yeah.
and then
And feeling really
we-
bad about
yeah,
it.
I
Feeling
don't-
really embarrassed and bad
Yeah.
about it.
So,
Yeah.
so those kind of things. So,
Yeah. So yes.
be on stock.
Now the challenge then is if the pants last for 2 years,
Yeah.
you have to rely on word of mouth.
Yes.
Because you're not going to get a repeat purchase quickly, and you have to build brand extensions, right? That's the 2 ways you have to do it. So what is the growth strategy now then? Obviously there's still a massive market to conquer.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are.
But when you work so hard to get the customer, you
Yeah.
obviously want to then be able to sell them other products,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So how does that work then?
See, we are a degrowth brand.
Oh, I love that. Wow.
Right?
Okay.
When you are a sustainable brand,
Yeah.
you are
It's not about
almost
selling
shifting.
more.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're shifting the whole market to slow down.
So for you, it's really reaching more people,
It is.
as opposed to creating more product
Products.
for insatiable
Yes.
appetites.
Yes. So
I
that's
love
why,
that.
like 2 years, we
Yeah.
did not create anything. We just wanted people to understand what we have created. Just 2 years was just like underwear, which you can wear it on your period.
Yeah.
You don't have to use anything.
Wow.
You can, but you don't have to.
And you did the whole thing. All your growth has come from reinvesting
Yes.
what you
Every penny.
everything. Wow.
So I think 3 years I did not take any salary.
Wow.
I was in a very lucky position. My
Yeah.
husband worked.
Yeah.
So we had enough money from
Yes.
his salary
Yeah.
to cover everything, right?
And then what about what was it like taking on that first team member?
Oh my God, yeah. So
Yeah.
you won't believe, like, so
Mhm.
my first team member was
Yeah.
the person who came to clean my house.
Wow. Yeah. So was she
She's-
helping you pack orders and?
She used to clean my house, and I used to feel terrible, like, you know, because I have been in
Yeah,
that
I
situation
know,
like a few years
yeah.
ago, and I used to feel
I
like,
clean with my cleaner, and we have tea together.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
you know,
exactly,
'cause
like-
I feel really like humbled that
Yeah.
she's
there
there
to help
Yeah,
you, right?
Exactly.
And
yeah.
and looking at her, and I used to feel like, how can we move together
Yeah.
up the ladder, you know, like kind
Yeah.
of thing. So I said, like, look, I know you like cleaning and things,
Yeah.
but
That's really
maybe
sweet of
perhaps
you
like
to
if
say
you
that.
wanted to come and work part-time with me.
Yeah.
And
must
she
have been
was
over the moon.
magical. She ran a pub before,
Did she?
so she had this gift of gab,
Yeah.
right? I mean, talk with anyone, from oldest to oldest people to youngest people. Whenever we went and did an event,
Yeah.
everybody loved her.
Oh, I love
And I
that.
genuinely so much loved her. And,
Yeah. Where do you see it going now? Where would you like it to go now?
I genuinely want Wuka to be a household name.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I agree.
I want to
I
be-
want it for you. I want it for everyone
Yeah.
because it's such a wonderful thing.
in the supermarket shelf,
Yeah.
even now you go,
Mm.
all you see is two brand
Mm.
dominating the whole
Yeah.
almost country world,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
They
But they must know that their days are numbered working like that. People, I mean, you're creating a shift. It's going to happen, right?
it is,
Yeah.
it is. But I think it will take quite a few years
Yeah.
because for them to change that mindset of like, because for them they are literally printing money, right?
Yeah.
Every time you go to a bathroom and change a pad, they are making money. like literally like that. The global market of period product is $52 billion.
Oh my goodness.
$52 billion. And, yeah.
Well. What's your giving again? Is it to
so
girls?
We have days for girls. We do like every 3 months we have a new partnership so that we manage to reach to different audience, different times. So at the moment we are doing 1% of our swim sale goes to Wave Project.
Okay.
So Wave Project helps young people.
Okay.
Like a surf therapy.
Oh wow. You'll have to give me a few of the ones that you know and trust, because we do the same thing.
Yeah.
But it actually is quite time consuming finding one that you can be sure the money, I mean, the money is being used in the correct way. You know, we have no right to micromanage how money is used. Once you give it, it's not you shouldn't interfere, but you want to know it's going to the right place.
And then we choose charity between like whether we can give either charity donation or we give a product. Yeah. Because our product is much more essential than anybody else. And we have come across like Water Aid coming or Plan International coming. Yeah. But they want money to go and buy pads and tampons and give it to the girls. And
ridiculous.
I'm like, I'm sorry, not doing that.
No.
Yeah.
You're not perpetuating that cycle.
No. Like I have.
And support you.
I've gone to Boots, I think, quite a few times now. Yeah. Could we have Boots? It's okay. We can do Boots period pants powered by Wooka.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
So using our technology.
Why can't they do that? Why?
They want to make more money for themselves. You know, and I think this is the thing that customers don't understand is, and I genuinely want to rally together with other brands, is like every discount that people see in supermarket,
I hear you.
It's coming from us.
Absolutely.
Not supermarket.
No.
And they always get the credit of like, oh, there's 50% off in Aldi and Asda and Tesco and whatnot kind of thing.
You're funding it.
It's us funding it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But we will
prevail.
We will prevail because we have people like you who really care and who really back us. And I agree that buy from the website. One, because we have one-to-one connection with you, and we want that connection. That's what we live for.
And I would love
connection.
to know every customer of mine.
Yeah, I agree.
And what kind of pants they wear, heavy flow, light flow.
I agree.
So I understand, like, okay, these are the flows that these kind of people are looking for, you know,
absolutely.
like. And I think that is so rich information that helps us like come up with other solution that we might have not thought about.
Absolutely,
right?
Absolutely. So that's got to happen. But you know, to me, you have succeeded already because you have changed mindsets. You have done something like you were inspired by David Attenborough. I'm inspired by you because you took a problem that was a really big problem and you did something about it. Now, annoyingly, people will copy that, annoyingly, but you were still the one that did something about it and you had the guts to follow your heart and do it.
Right?
Absolutely,
but then wedding is also like a place where intergenerational people come in, right? From Betties all the way to daddies and dulhans and aunties, right? But they all go through the stages of life that we cater for. Yeah, absolutely. From your first period to last period and beyond.
Absolutely, where they can all be in those situations with dignity as well. With dignity, without feeling uncomfortable. Yeah. Because if I don't have to worry about that, I'll walk differently. I'll talk differently. It's so important. And you did that. Yeah. You did that.
So I'm very proud. And Priya, I love you.
You should be. Yeah, me too. Me too. I was saying before that I called Priya and said, Priya, can you please become our marketing manager? And Priya said, if only you'd messaged me a week earlier because she joined you. And she said, but she was thrilled to have joined you. And it's almost like we need a company together. We need to join forces in some way because we would have a ball.
Oh my gosh, yes.
We would have a ball. But, you know, it's just been a pleasure to talk to someone who has such passion and has come so far. Do you believe everyone has it in them to come so far? Come so far is the wrong word. Are we all made to do these things or... No, because it's quite a high price to pay as well, isn't it?
And I can see it within my family, right? Within my sister.
Yeah, same with mine. Yeah.
And they are happy.
They are happy, yeah.
They are happy.
Absolutely.
Am I happy?
Yeah.
I have a yo-yo moment.
Same. We were talking about this earlier, that what you on Instagram and the stories you read in the paper and the interviews you hear, what you perceive as success is very different to what we perceive as success because we have to live that life and it comes with quite a high price.
It does. It does.
Comes with lots of privilege and challenge, and you know, lots of gifts, but it comes with pressure as well.
It does.
You know,
It does.
and sometimes it would be nice to live that other life where there's just no expectation, where there's just no, like, we can just go about our day being invisible and just enjoying the moment.
Oh my God, yeah.
But this is our journey, right? It's
and
our
I
journey.
think that's why I like holidays.
Yeah, I agree.
When you go on holidays.
Yeah.
And especially to a country where you don't understand the other language.
I know, I love that. You can get lost.
You can switch off.
Yeah, I
Don't
agree.
listen to anyone.
I
You can be
agree.
yourself.
Do you, when you go on holiday, do you go on the phone or do you put it away? Do you work?
No phone.
So you
person.
don't work at all?
Yeah.
That's so good. I do.
But
I do
then-
an hour a day, even when I'm on holiday.
But
But I've
then-
got to change that. Yeah.
But then I might have only one holiday a year or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Right.
So you may, and your next one will be to have your official Nepali
yes.
wedding.
December is good for us.
Oh.
Well, in a way, good and
Yeah,
bad
I know
for
what
us.
you mean.
So
Yeah, I know what you mean, because it's not such a gifting item.
No.
So you can exhale for a moment.
Yeah.
It will be slightly less busy, and you can take. What a nice time to be able to do
It
that.
does. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it is also one of those months where things go down and it takes really a few months
Yes.
to catch up.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
So we just have
the
to.
momentum.
Yes.
Yeah.
We just have to brave ourselves. I think
Yes.
every December it just feels like, oh my God.
I
like,
know. Will it ever go back up
yeah.
again?
Also, like, why are people not giving underwear
Yes,
for?
you're right.
Like for men,
You're right.
right?
I'm going to give that.
Thank you.
I'm going to give
Thank
that.
you.
I think that is a brilliant gift.
Yes.
Because you get so much tat at Christmas, and it makes me so cross. Like
Thank you.
I'm going to say this. We have Secret Santa with my family, okay, with both my families,
Yeah.
Bitchu's and mine, and for me, it's a nightmare. I hate Secret Santa.
Really?
Yes, because
You
everybody's just passing each other tat.
Yeah.
Like, I have
Nothing.
everything I need. I would rather give somebody something useful that is going to last than some sparkly bit of plastic or some nonsense that is not going to enrich their life at all.
No.
It's really annoying. Or what we now, like, some of us will cheat, and like, I'll say to my sister-in-law, have I got your husband for Secret Santa? And she'll say, yes, you have. Okay, what does he need? What does he need?
Your Secret Santa is revealed now.
Yeah, he doesn't know I know, but
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
What does
What
he
do you
need?
Yeah.
I don't want to buy him something.
No,
There's
I
too
know.
much
Totally.
stuff in
Yeah,
the world.
too
We
much.
don't need more stuff. We need, like you said, less stuff.
Yes.
But stuff that is useful and is solving a problem. Does our product solve a problem? Hand on heart, my whole philosophy with the brand is I could have been selling anything as long as the message behind it was going to make somebody genuinely feel better.
Yeah.
And if it didn't do that, I don't care. I'm not a beauty person.
Yeah.
Of course, I like to look nice. We all do.
Yeah.
I want a product that's going to make my skin look good. All of that is true. But as an industry, what I'm doing, that's not really where the party is for me.
Yeah.
It's, did that person buy something, and their physical and emotional view of the way they treat themselves, did it change?
Yeah.
And has that then had a ripple effect on how they treat others? And if that's happened, good.
That's so nice.
If that's happened, good. If
And
that,
I think so many things and those are the little things that in life that make such a difference, right?
such a difference.
Even like a smell,
Exactly.
right? A smell,
Exactly.
a feel,
Yeah.
because it changes you.
It changes you.
And
yeah.
when you are changed and when you are in a good spirit,
Exactly.
you pass that on.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like those ripple effects that you
yeah,
see. You
we're
know,
not
like when
a
you're,
drop in the ocean.
Yeah.
That's famous. Quote
even
by
when you're
Rumi.
driving the car, sometimes you let somebody
Yeah.
go in, and you genuinely feel like that
I
person's
agree.
going to pass to the other
I
one,
agree.
right?
Makes you so happy.
I know.
doesn't it?
I genuinely
'Cause you
feel
think,
like,
and especially when they go in,
yeah.
and then they take the very next left turn, and they've gone anywhere, and you
Yeah.
think it did mean no harm to
No.
let you in, and you are going to pass that on,
Yes.
and that is a great feeling.
Yeah.
It's a great feeling. I too question, like retailers will say, well, what new have you got coming out? And I think, I don't want to do anything new, because right now there's nothing new
People
that
are
I feel
happy.
we need.
Yeah.
I don't want to do, what I love, what I get excited about as well is when we will get emails saying, oh my God, that product really did make my hair better.
Yeah.
It really did make my skin better. I think good, because I don't want to just I just don't want another product. There's
Yeah.
already enough,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
There's already enough. It really sickens me. And I'm already actually even in the house when people will come over and say, I like that, you can ask the team. I'll say, oh, you take it. Because I don't need.
Oh my God, I do that.
Do you do that?
All
Yeah,
the
just
time.
take it. I bet your
Yeah.
mum did that.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Absolutely.
I really could talk to you forever.
I know.
You have to stop
We have
this.
to stop.
We will still talk, and we'll do something together again at some
Yes,
point, because
we'll
I
do.
have loved it so much.
Thank you. Anita.
Kindred spirit. Thank you for
Thank
joining
you.
us.